Hello people, let's talk about processed foods, shall we? That'll be fun. A lot has changed since World War II. See, I can remember as a kid in, say, 1957, 8, I can remember going into a Tesco's then. One of the first Tesco's in East London. Now, we don't notice things change because things change gradually, but I want to give you an example. We had a Sainsbury's at the time. They were quite well established, but they still only had small units. Apart from city centres, most shops were single units, and Sainsbury's had 3. And you'd go into one, and they'd slice you butter or they'd slice you cheese, weigh it, wrap it, take money off you. And even as a young kid, I was shocked at going into this Tesco's, one of the first in East London. They chose a large building, so they knew where they were going, because look at them today. They've got 2,000 stores in Thailand, which is pretty good going. But I was shocked because I don't know what the building was, but it wasn't a single unit. It was not like today, but it was bigger. But it was so untidy. There was boxes everywhere, customers opening boxes to get their own stuff out. Totally unorganised. I thought this will never catch on, but you can be wrong. You can be wrong sometimes. But supermarkets, I mean, the others sort of followed suit, didn't they? But supermarkets is something that we notice and we see that growth, but you don't see it with the other producers, do you? The food manufacturers. You don't see their growth. Now, a little while ago, we bought some, I don't know, margarine spread in our local shop, village shop, here in central Thailand, and it's more or less all written in Thai apart from the part of the title, but on the back it says Unilever. I don't know whether you've heard of Unilever. They're food manufacturers, and they're in 190 odd countries around the world. That's most of the countries. So they are a huge corporation, which you don't really hear much about unless you sit and read labels. Now, their growth, to grow to that size, meant acquisitions, all sorts of things going on, and it's fueled by shareholders. And you know what happens when a share price starts to come down. The companies panic. They've got to look after their shareholders. They desperately don't want to lose shareholders or have the price come down. So they have to make more profit every year. Shareholders want to see profit go up. So what do? If they're manufacturing food and they want more profit, they end up putting less and less expensive nutrition in. They end up cutting natural products and putting artificial flavours, artificial colouring, and obviously artificial preservatives. This is really causing health problems. It really is. People are not eating enough fresh food. All processed foods are laden with chemicals, and of course they add more sugar and salt. Now, these two cancel each other out, but give the flavour more oomph, more body, so that people are going, oh, delicious. And it's no wonder that young people aren't that keen on normal, good food, fresh food, because that hasn't got the taste of junk food. So we've been looking at health and diets in different countries. And the diet in, say, Thailand is very different to the diet in England, America, Europe. And it's got diet and food is our fuel. It's what maintains us. It's what keeps us healthy. And if people are eating junk food, I mean, there was a 17-year-old boy in England went deaf and blind through a junk food diet. So it really is crucial. And the food they eat in the villages in Thailand is nothing like you'd see in your Thai restaurant. I'll give you an example of a typical meal we've had here on the farm. Now, I'm sure you'll recognise egg. Next was eggplant. Next, garlic. You probably recognise that. Then there's a pickled fish paste with egg. And then eggplant paste with chilli and mint. And then fried morning glory with oil and egg. And that one's a banana tree flour. And of course, fish. As you can see, some of that is fairly tasteless. This, for instance, is an eggplant. And it doesn't really matter if it's tasteless because they dip it into chili paste. Everything gets dipped into chili, so flavours don't really matter here. But the food is not processed. It's all whole food. And if you look at the Lancet graph on cancer deaths, you'll find that the West has like 4 times the deaths of the poorest countries. Eggplant. What do you think that is? It's actually an aubergine. It's a young aubergine. It's not grown to full size or turned purple yet. But they eat these. They cook them. They don't eat them raw. They eat these all the time. So I think food. Well, we know food is important, but you've only got to look at the States. They have 1/3 of the world's total virus cases. The States have got 1/3, and they've also got the unhealthiest diet in the world. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, we also here eat our moringa, which is, I've been telling people about. This is the most nutritious plant on the planet, and they do say it's very good for helping arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, because its anti-inflammatory properties are huge, colossal, very, very good. In fact, funny thing is, when I finished work, one of my knee joints was quite painful, and I used to limp going upstairs. And a lot of tradesmen ruin their knees in work. And knee joints, bad knee joints, don't usually mend themselves. But I noticed a while ago that suddenly my knee was perfect, good as normal. And I wonder did moringa cure it? I don't think so. I think our body does the curing, but moringa is the fuel. If you haven't got good nutrition, your body can't cope with anything. So you can actually get this now. We're supplying capsules of this, and it's just pure moringa. There's no additives at all, because a lot of capsules have a lubricant, a chemical lubricant that helps them fill the capsule. Well, we've insisted it's a bit of a slower process, but no additives. It's just pure moringa, nothing else. And you can buy that now off our website. Anyway, you can help others to be healthy, show people if you like, and I'll talk to you later. And thanks for watching. Bye.